Good morning, good evening, and welcome to this week's Fiverific Live Craft and Chat, where we craft and chat live. Yes, it's been a fun week here. Just crafting a lot, getting some bits and pieces done, and I'm having one of those weeks where I'm feeling like I'm getting on top of things, which is strange and different, and I have a feeling it had something to do with the productivity stream that we had on the weekend. Let me know in the chat if you knew anything about the productivity stream, and if you can see me and hear me and all those good things. So I'm just going to make sure my chat is in live chat, not top chat. There we go. Come on, computer, you can do this. Yeah. Those of you that are just now starting to get the reaction emojis, yeah, they're in a really awkward spot on desktop. And I'm really, really sorry about that. I'm like, wait, why is that? I can hear something through my headphone. I had a window playing in the background that I copied a link from. I should probably tweet that. Yes, there we go. Okay. So yeah, it's in an awkward spot. It's not in a great position, and yeah, it's just annoying. I find and as a moderator, it's super annoying. It gets right in the way. So if you are a moderator, you need to hit your option keys and little icons and hover your mouse over the comment that you want to moderate out, and then you can do the thing. Moderate. There's like a little hourglass for timeout and boot and all this sort of thing. So let me just have a look here in the chat. Freaky's going to be lurking. Okay, no problems. Hello everybody from Kelly. Oh yeah, Freaky's seen it. Yep, it's annoying, isn't it? It's so annoying. You can see and you can hear. Loved the productivity stream. That is awesome. Holly also liked it. Leslie's in the house. Hi, Leslie. It's so good to see you. Leanne saying good morning to everybody and all of the lurkers. Louis in here. He's currently found something just to rip up off on the floor, but he's not in his spot, so I can't even show you Destructo Dog at his best. Okay, so you pop out your window and yours is gone. I use Arc, which is like a Chrome-based thing for Mac, and I still get it even when I pop it out. It's so annoying. So I'm glad yours disappears. I might check Chrome and see if it pops out on Chrome. Bianca's here. That is great. Kathy enjoyed the productivity stream as well. That's awesome. So in the community tab, so if you go back to the Fiverific channel and slide across a couple of things, you'll see something that says community. I've put a poll. So there's a poll in the community tab on what Saturday. It's Saturdays for me in Australia. I understand it's Fridays for a lot of you, but the Friday, Saturday, which one of the month would you like the productivity stream on? Now, even if we choose the 3rd, which is this Saturday, I won't be doing a productivity stream this Saturday. I've got some other things on, so I can't do all of the things. But I would love to add it into the regular calendar and give it a trial for a few months and just see how everyone likes it. And, we didn't really do much promo for it. And I do want to do a bit more promo for it. So I've got my a Yeti and not a sponsor. Hello, Yeti, not a sponsor. With my coffee in it. Which I told my husband, because I got a couple of messages from people who are like, oh my God, you need to get a commission because I've gone out and bought one. And my husband is like, goes, why didn't we get this sooner? Like, this one is so much better than the others that you've got. Are you going to throw the others out? And I'm like, I don't know. I feel weird. I might donate them out rather than throw them out. Yeah. Game Widow says I got so much done during the productivity stream. That is awesome. Francis works Saturdays. I'm sorry, Francis. It's another one where you can catch the replay. And it sounds bizarre, but I don't interact with the chat quite as much. So I think like there was a few people who actually watched the replay and seemed to enjoy it. So, you know, like it could work. It might be worth trialing. Now, let's jump in. We've got some dice rolling to happen because we're onto a new color already. So let's get that going. So we can test to make sure I haven't totally trashed all of the buttons. It's dice roll. Okay, I heard it. Roll the dice to choose the next color. Okay. John's lurking. I took a high school teacher friend of mine to pick out a wireless hole puncher, and now I'm cleaning my wireless hole punchers. Okay. All right, so let's roll the dice first. We'll get that sorted. All right, what number does everybody want? 3s. Oh my gosh. Vampire caught the replay. There you go. I worked like I was lurking, got lots of frogging done. That is awesome. Come on, 8 from Leanne. All right, let's see how we go. Vampire wants a 1. We got a 1! Woohoo! Hello, we got a 1. All right, we got the Rooster. Bring it on, big boy. Okay, I need to write it down. I'm so excited because the Rooster's a mess, and I really just want to tidy it up. And, you know, short of rewinding an entire ball, then I can't. Okay, so we've got Rooster. So I'm going to dig that out of there. Look at this. See, look, it's a total yarn bath. I don't even know where the end is. Oh, there it is. I see it. Don't lose the end. All right. Now we do have our little color match box, which I might just throw up here, actually. There we go. So we can see the actual pink is pink. It's not red. It's not orange. It's pink. The mic didn't like my excitement. Oh, sorry. Sorry, thank you. I'll be more cautious with my excitement levels. Whoops. I was very excited. I was so happy. And then Mike's like, nope. No happiness allowed. So yeah, we got a 1. I'm so excited. Welcome to the chat, Susanna. Good to see you in here. Oops, I don't want to accidentally work over that tail. Usually I don't mind working over my tail for a stitch or 3. But with this particular blanket, we're going to be covering these tails. So if it's actually trapped over here, it's going to be hinky. We don't want the hinky. We don't want the hinky. So, okay. I thought Leanne's message there said not Rooster. And I'm thinking, it is Rooster. It's totally Rooster. I'm just keeping a little eye on Louis' spot there to see if he ends up coming in and sitting down. This morning, Macy, the kitty, came and sat in his spot and he pulled on the blankets until she moved. It was kind of funny. I really appreciated it. Macy, not so much. Macy had her first night without Abby last night. So she had to find somewhere else to sleep, which, you know, because she didn't want to sleep in Abby's bed by herself, apparently. Like, I'd just be like, woohoo, space, but nope. So she came and joined us. I didn't realize it. My husband said she like laid on his feet. So we had a dog and a cat. I'm not sure where Tibble slept. It could have been a dining table for all I know. He's sneaky. He's sneaky. You like the excitement though? I saw, well, that's good. That's good. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you are joining us, and to share this out with any of your yarn crafting friends who would love to just have an excuse to sit and craft and chat about everything, just like a craft group. You know, like we do chat about craft. We do chat about craft announcements, which there is one today. I just really wanted to get a row started because we haven't been getting through many rows, and I'm really like, I'm in this like blanket making mode, and I'm side-eyeing this one through the week now. I'm just like, you're taking an awfully long time, aren't you? I mean, really in the scheme of things, we're doing quite well with it considering the amount of hours it gets put into it. I have started another blanket, by the way. I'm doing a granny ripple using up the leftovers of the Brava worsted from the Flowers and Stars project that I have over on Ravelry. I have a lot of yarn left over because when I bought the yarn, turns out in 2015, end of 2015. But when I bought the yarn, I bought enough of the yarn to do what the pattern said to do, which was all of the additional triangles, what have you. Now, I don't think I would have had enough, truth be told, of some of the colours because some of them I already ran out of. But there's a lot of some of the colours. So I am doing just a granny ripple alternating between the black and the other colours because there's like 8 balls of the black left, just to try and use that up. And my family have been really appreciating all of these extra blankets. I really didn't think they would, but there seems to be like new biffo every time there's a new blanket, and they both try to nab them. So I'm like, hey, I need to have one of these blankets myself. So on my chair, because I'll come out and all the blankets have been moved around and redistributed, and somehow I still have a polar fleece blanket with a crochet edge on it. So, yeah. So who here in this chat is a spinner, like likes to spin their own wool? Just letting you jump in. I'm not seeing any movement in the chat. Is that an issue on my end, or is that just that everyone's busy? Oh no, there we go. It's starting to move. Sorry. Bianca's not a spinner. Knit Spin Girls is. Molly is just beginning. Margicraft have released their new wheel. So we saw a little sneak peek a couple of weeks back when one of the dealers jumped the gun with the dealer info. But we've got a bit more information on it. I've just realised I don't think I have a price for it. I don't know what the price would be. I probably should check that. I haven't seen any of the paperwork have a price on it yet. Not an Australian price anyway. Well, actually no price, but yeah, I haven't seen the Australian prices for it. But I've got a screen share set up if anyone, when we change over to this pink very shortly, I can show you the latest. Oh no, Kathy's recrocheting her cable blanket. What happened to it? Dolores spins, Holly wishes she spins. Game of Widows is started the sleeve of her second jumper. Oh, okay, 1600. Okay, yep, that sounds about right. I assumed it would be more than a little gem, but less than a Susie. That was where my brain was thinking. And that fits in there. It comes with, I can tell you, it comes with 4 bobbins, whereas the little gems only come with 3. It's very pretty. Actually, I might just jump over to the screen share now. Screen share, where are you? Okay, so first things first, I have to go to that. And then this. There we go. Let's move the Rooster. Rooster, I'm sorry, buddy, but you've got to go. And yeah, we don't need the pink for right now either. That can go too. Okay, so this is the Luna. So this is the newest wheel from Margicraft. They did a live stream this morning with Susie Brown. She was spinning on it, and it looks so cute while it's spinning. So I love the look of it. Screen share. They've got a bit of a story. So if you want to go over to the Margicraft blog, I've cut off the word blog, but if you go to the margicraft.co.nz and then right over to the other side is a blog, past accessories, dealers, and then it says blog. But I just cut that off because I wanted bigger pictures, okay? So there we go. We've got lots of pictures. This is the initial sketch from when they were thinking about making it. And it just looks so nice. And one of the things that they've done is to make the height like a very similar height to the existing wheel. So even though it's quite a compact little wheel and it doesn't take up a huge sort of footprint, it is still like a good height. Like you're not bending down. And that was one of the things that Andy said when he was designing it. He didn't want that to be an issue where people were having to bend down to you know, pull the yarn through and set things up. A really interesting mechanism here for the drive band. So it's a double drive band system like the little gem is. And so that you can be spinning your wheel forward the whole time while you are spinning. This section up here, if you twist and you actually take that off and twist it the other way, it actually, or is it, I can't remember. There was one of the drive bands, I think it's this one here, you move it to the other side. I think it's this one here. You actually drop it off that side and flip it to the other side. And then it actually, like, even though you're just treadling and the wheel's still moving in the right direction, it's plying in the correct direction. There's a video. It's probably easier if you go and watch the video. But like I really just love how like compact it is. Like it's still got a standard width treadle. Like your knees aren't cramping together or anything like that. You're still a good width treadle. But it just, I don't know, it just seems to take up so much less space. So if you go, Marchcraft do have their own YouTube channel, so I know they've popped some videos up over there. Oh, there you go, how to install the drive bands. That will explain what I was trying to explain very poorly. But yeah, so and who it's for, hang on, I'll just go back. See, I'm not sure, can you see there the orifice on that one? Let me just see if there's a better, this is probably a better angle. It is not the standard Delta. It doesn't come with the standard Delta flyer that all the other wheels come with. You can put a Delta flyer on it, no problems. It can interchange all flyers and bobbins just like all the other wheels, except for the Aura. No problems there. It can take all the accessories. But they're actually shipping it out with the fine flyer. So you've actually got, it's a ceramic insert inside a stainless steel tube. So it's meant for, this is more for fine spinners and like standard weight spinners. So not so much your art yarns, but everybody else. So basically the people that the Aura was for, this one's for everybody else. But I just think it's really elegant, and they've actually made it out of bamboo to make it really eco-friendly. They had the ability to be able to mold and shape the woods better. And just, I love the bamboo wheels when they're bringing those out. I believe they're saying it's about 7 kilos. John says, I like the Defiant more than the Delta Flyer. Yeah. I wonder if they did that on purpose, because I know that Andy is a little bit of a nerd. I don't know if it was already named before Andy got us involved. So, yeah. Let me just have a squiz down here and just see if there's anything else. Susie Brown's been spinning hard. She's had hers for a little while now. And also instead of the cup hooks there, it's actually coming, this was the prototype. It's actually coming with this ceramic rings rather than the little cup hooks. But it's just a really elegant little wheel. I can't wait to have a go, honestly. But anyway, I thought I would share that with you all. And you can have a look at a brand new wheel that is released today. Their live stream finished just as I was getting ready for this one. So that is really, really fun. Just something different, something pretty lightweight. It's only 7 kilos. So what is that? 14, 15 pounds. Super lightweight, and it's a full-size spinning wheel. It's not going to inch across the floor. It's not like a little super lightweight one, whereas some of them, because when you're spinning, you both feet are on it, right? So you can easily be pushing it and traveling the wheel. So these ones don't do that. Just like the little gem doesn't do it. It's great. Anyway, let's jump back into our usual screens. There we go. We'll bring that one back up. And we'll bring Rooster back as well because we are working with Rooster. We'll say hello to a few more people in the chat who have turned up. Oh, Kathy with her blanket. She doesn't know how she missed a big oops and found it 14 years back. I'm thinking Rose. Yeah. The wheel is pretty, and that's what I'm. Look, do you know what? If your wheel is ugly, you're less likely to use it. That's what I'm going to go with. Good morning to Sally, who has made it. Russell's in the house. Hey, Russell, it's good to see you. Shouldn't you be in another call right now, or is that one finished? And Sally's had tech issues, but she's back. Yay! That's good. I'm glad. Oh, excuse me. Kathy said Rose. It is Rose. That's good. That is good. Let's get the pink in this shot because that's what this shot's for. It's to show how pink the pink is. How pink the pink is. You know what? I was like, I'll put that shot at the top so it's more out of the way. I don't think it is more out of the way up there. I actually think I'm struggling with it more up there than I was with it to the side. So let's shove it back at the side. Good morning, Kerry Lee Pearson from South Australia. It's great to see you. My fingers typed incorrectly. Oh, I thought, you know what? I didn't think it was you. I thought it was like how my phone is convinced that I say ducked a lot. So I just thought it was one of those things where the computer just decided that it was just inventing what it thinks you want it to say. Sally's computer doesn't like to work first thing in the morning. Do you know what? Neither do I, Sally. Especially on these cold mornings. Like I've not been, you know what? I enjoy it when I can just wake up and just stay in bed and not have to like make my toes go out and feel the cold of the world. But you know, how often do we actually really get to do that? It's not only like wake up, get up, go and do stuff. Like life, chores, work, things. Sandy G has made it in the house. Thank you for popping in, Sandy. It's so good to see you. Yeah, I'm with Sal's computer. Mornings are UG. And that's like a UG with a capital U. Oh, your phone likes to change it that way. That's different, John. That's different. Let me just jump over here. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you are enjoying it here. And if you have a crafty friend that you think might enjoy hanging out with us, don't forget to let them know that we're here as well. They may enjoy it, they may not. Weather is messing with our internet, expecting 12 degrees with constant rain. Oh no. Gosh. Look, I've got some errands I've got to get done, but I've also got some emails I've got to send. So I'm like, today might be a day where I sit on the couch under a blanket with a laptop and just knock out some emails because it is cold out. It was a bit overcast before. Like yesterday it was by now. Yesterday was like heaters are off, the sun's beating in, it's warming up, but this morning it's just not warming up. Knitspin girls didn't want to get out of their bed this morning. I was warm and cozy. Yeah, you know what? Bladders are not always your best friend when it comes to it's time to get out of bed. Sometimes they just make the decision for you. Game Widow says there's not enough tea in the world today. I mean, there probably is, but maybe not enough tea at your house today. Crochet with Claire is in the house. Hello, Claire. It's so good to see you. Hey, those files have come through already. I meant to tell you the other day, but they're there. That was a fast one. We may have recorded another podcast that I need to edit. So, you know, let's not hound Chantel with the editing. I'll get onto it. I promise. I promise. Let me look here. Claire's first line of the live stream is sometimes bladders are not your best friend. I mean, that could set the tone. That could set the tone. Yeah, that could. I don't even know what to say about that. Righto. Righto. Do you know what? We're not even going to get through the rooster with one row. We need more rooster rows, everybody. There's still so much yarn bath left. Francis says, I'm counting down the school holidays so I can sleep in. Oh, nice, Francis. You know, I thought I would sleep in a lot more now that I don't have to do school runs, but I still have an alarm set. Even though I try to not book any sort of appointments in before 9 or 10 or later, I still seem to get up at 7 every day, it is an hour later. I used to get up at 6 for school runs and the like. But, you know, so I probably feel a bit guilty at the 7. Yeah. We have only got a few more weeks. So what have we at? We've got 5 weeks, 6 weeks until the retreat. So we've got exciting times ahead. I've been getting some things organised and sorted for the retreat. I had exercise physiologist appointment yesterday, and while my body is quite angry at me, and I want to say it's not talking to me, but that would be a lie. It's talking quite loudly and it's letting me know how much it dislikes me. But in saying all of that, I actually got some personal bests at exercise physiology yesterday. So that was super exciting. So things that I haven't, like when I first went, I've lost the end of this. I'll deal with that another day. Still so much yarn bath over there. Oh, where's the end of this one? Are you the end? You're the end. So some of the goals that I sort of set when I very first went, because of my knees, stairs were not my friend, and things like that. The bending things were not my friend. And yesterday I was doing like wall squats and double height step ups and, you know, like all these crazy things that a year ago I would not have been able to do. So I'm pretty chuffed at my progress. And my exercise physiologist squealed when I did the double height step ups. He was like, let's see if you can do it. And he's right there just in case I fell down because it's a long way up. And I'm like, I'll be able to get up. My problem is, will I be able to get back down again? So he was like right there to help me get back down if I needed the help. And he was just, he gets very excited, which I love because whether it's an act or not, I don't know, but it doesn't feel like an act and it feels like there's someone on your side, like, you know, in your corner kind of thing, helping you get through all this stuff. And it was just such a good feeling. Like I left there yesterday afternoon shaking. Like I'm like, oh yeah, let's drive a car when all my muscles are shaking. That's a great idea. But I just also felt elated at the same time. Just everything I was like, it's actually working. And I was blown away. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on here? The stream in the background that runs in the corner to show me where we're up to was still back on the screen share. I was just like, what's going on? Anyway, but it was very exciting for me. I know for some people it's not a huge thing, but for me it was a massive thing. And so that was just awesome. My knees today are just like, oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, let's work really hard and then let's make it freezing with arthritic knees. Like super plan. So yeah, let me have a look in the chat because I wasn't really watching like a bad person. Claire's like, woohoo, retreat, here we come. Oh, it's the first day of summer in the US. Excellent. Deb's making props for her daughter's Harry Potter themed bridal shower. That's awesome. That's going to be so much fun, honestly. Oh, Sally, that's such good news. That's such good news. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. That's so good. Retreat wouldn't feel the same without Sally. She's been to all of them. Claire's made an excellent point. 34 watching, 15 thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up. It's going to be fun. And, you know, we're going to miss Deb too, but Deb's got a really good excuse to not come, which is her daughter's wedding. I mean, I want to have a chat with your daughter about planning a wedding over the top of my retreat. But other than that, I'm like, that's a good reason to not come. Let's see. We'll definitely be making sure we share photos while we're at the retreat too. So for those of you that can't make it, we will be making sure we share some photos. And I definitely want to see photos of this Harry Potter themed bridal shower. I think that sounds exciting. It sounds so cool. I'm just trying to think what I did for my bridal shower. And I think I just had the bridesmaids and we just had like a spa day or something. I don't think we did anything with like a large group or anything like that. It was just really small. Russell says Rooster looks orange. Yeah, Rooster's is like a orangey. It's hard to describe it. Thank you, by the way, because Rooster should not be on anymore. But Rooster is definitely an orangey color. Yeah. It's a little muted. And the flamingo red thing is just annoying. It's just like, Susanna, yes, the retreat is a once a year event. Yeah. Next year's will be in August as well. So we'll get the dates and what have you released after the other retreat is over. But it is a once a year event. And it's quite a small event. So we can only take sort of 15 people. So it's very, very small. You have to be fast because it does book out quite fast as well. Where are we? Oh, yeah, Game Widows. I can't think about retreat yet. I've got to get through Bendigo first. Oh, absolutely. I was watching a live stream from Fibre Art Shed. I want to say Fibre Art Shed. Yeah, Fibre Art Shed. And they're coming up to Knit Fest in Mullaney, which is in the first weekend of July. Then they're doing Bendigo. So they're basically the first week of July. They get home on about the 6th or 7th of July. They reload everything and then back on the road for Bendigo, which is on the 14th. So they're 10 hours up to Brisbane from where they are apparently. 10 hours up to Mullaney, I should say. And then the 20 hours down to Bendigo or whatever it is for them. The showers ended up smaller than we hoped, but our family are such huge Harry Potter fans that I couldn't resist. Sometimes small is good, honestly. Sometimes small is good because the bride will get to talk to everybody and it won't be like just chaotic. She'll get to enjoy some special time with every person that got to attend. So that's one of the advantages of the smaller, more intimate adventures is you do get the time. Leanne says, I'm super excited for Mullaney. Yes, Knitfest is coming up. It is the first weekend of July, right? It's just sneaking up. I was like, I saw something and my husband was like, oh yeah, winter solstice is on like the 21st, isn't it? Because I was like, no, it's today. And he's looked at me and he's gone, today's the 21st. And I was just like, no, it's not. It's like the 14th. I lost a week. I lost a whole week somewhere. So yeah. I've just got to move because I'm on my little stool, on my little wheelie stool, on a funny angle, and I've lost feeling to a leg. So I'm going to wiggle around a little and try and get that feeling back. It's not ideal. It's not ideal getting a numb bit. Yeah, because I've switched chairs out. I actually stole my big black chair back from the from my husband's office. He was like, why? I like that chair. I'm like, it fits in my office better. That was it just fits in here better. And I want something more comfortable to sit on because I sit on my chair way more than you sit on yours. You can have the old chair. And he's just like, so, but I'm sitting here and it's like, why is it so dark? Like I was like sitting here with all the lights and everything and my face was really dark. And it was because the black chair actually comes up around a little bit. It's because I'm short. It does cover, it goes quite high. Anyway, it was blocking out all the colour from coming and all the light from coming forward. And it was just made everything really dark. And I was like, right. Next week we'll probably have the big black chair, but I have to reposition some lights. But I wasn't prepared for that today. I was like, oh man, I'll just change chairs. That's easiest. I'll just change the chairs. I'm just trying to make sure that there's some pink in that shot there. Let me look. Claire's going to be lurking. It's the weekend after next. Like, don't even say things like that. How was July the weekend after next? Goodness. We're staying in Obi in the middle of the Knit Fest fun. Oh, that sounds fun. You'll get to see all the things because you won't have to travel back up and down the mountain all the time. So what's everyone working on? I'm working on this, right? But I also have the zigzag granny blanket that I'm working on using up the scraps. And I also have my corner to corner gingamish project, as well as I am going through my stash and clearing out a lot of my old yarns that I bought so long ago I don't remember buying them, and deciding, do I want it? Is it still good enough to gift, or is it ready for the bin? Because I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Are you ready? Controversy. Sometimes yarn dies, even when it's in the ball, and you never used it, and you never touched it, and you stored it properly. Sometimes it just disintegrates when it's not wool. I bought a milk fiber product that I opened up the bag that it was in and went to grab a ball and it was all powdery. And I was like, well, those 10 balls are going in the bin because that's rubbish. So yeah, sometimes yarn, if not used, even stored correctly, can die. And not in the good die way. So I'm going through everything, sorting it out, making a bit more space because we need to move some of my yarn storage. I actually need to reduce my yarn storage so I can actually fit more family storage where the yarn's being stored, if that makes sense. Christmas crates. Turns out we have 6 Christmas crates plus the Christmas tree, and they need a home. And sitting in my entryway, blocking the access to my shelves, is not their permanent home. Although it seems that's where they got put and no one's moving them. So I'm going to move them. I don't like them there. You open the door. Hello, Christmas crates. Welcome to our house. We have Christmas crates. I mean, it's probably no better or worse than hello, welcome to our house. Oh yes, I also have an online yarn store that's having a sale. So here is all my stock. I don't know. Lisby's still working on her grandpa jumper. Bianca's making another dress. Frances is plying. Bianca's knitting her dress today. That's awesome. Vanthia is still frogging, 32 rows to go. Vanthia, how much did you have to frog and why? Did you get to a point in a project where you're like, I do not love this project, I'm going to reclaim the yarn? Or did you go, oh my gosh, I have just made a total dumpster fire of this and I need to start again? So I'm not quite sure I think you've been frogging for quite some time. Sandy G is working on Maths, Rocks blanket and the Mayan blanket by Shelley Husband. Nice. Game Widows is currently sewing a large project bag. That also sounds awesome. I have to say, I really enjoyed the productivity stream on the weekend, which has unfortunately made me forget that I have to keep talking because there is no background music in this one, or at least there shouldn't be. If there is background music, you need to tell me because it's not the plan. Because I do understand that not everybody likes the background music, so I want a place for both. But the productivity streams will have background music all the time because it's about getting things done. It's not about chatting. I'm working on the same blanket as you. I consider it my Wednesday project. Other than that, I'm trying to catch up on all my knitting class squares. Aw, that's awesome, Holly. Molly is working on her Southern Pines jumper and placemats, and Jennifer is working on the Shifting Chevron scarf by Stephen West. It's a little scrappy. Nice. That sounds awesome. You guys are working on some fun stuff. Oh yeah, I still have my jumper I'm working on. I haven't put any stitches into it though this week. I spent a lot more time getting the hexie blanket done than I anticipated it would take. So, and that backburnered some other projects, which then backburnered that. Oh, it's that 3 kg dressing gown that you never wear because it's so heavy. Okay. That makes sense now. I remember. Knitspin Girls still working on charity knits, currently knitting a cheap Karen cake type thing into a boomerang shawl. I was curious about which yarns I could actually buy off Amazon Australia. I know Amazon USA has quite a large range. Amazon Australia does not. And I was having a little look at some of the options there and I was like, it shouldn't be cheaper to buy it from the US than to buy it from Amazon Australia. Like it shouldn't, not Amazon US, but just from a store in the US. But anyway, I did not purchase anything. I was just looking. I was being very good. I've been very good with a few things lately and I'm quite proud of myself. I'm trialing a new way to store my chocolate because I love chocolate and I have to have chocolate. So what I do is when I get my dairy milk block, I open the whole thing up and I cut it, because in Australia our Cadbury dairy milks are all in little cubes. It's not just dairy milk, but I've got this one's peppermint flavored. And so I've chopped it up into 2 cube portions because I'm like, I'll just have a row. And then you accidentally snap a row and a half and you're like, oh yeah, I'll eat that. Or, oh no, there's a piece that snapped and it's dripping. I'll have to eat that because the peppermint's like a syrup. Oh, not, what's the sauce? I don't know. How do you describe it? It's a soft filling. It's drippy. And so I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to be really good with it. I want this chocolate to last longer than like a couple of days because I'm no good. And it's like, oh, chocolate, nom, 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 gone. And then feel guilty for having chocolate, like eating a block of chocolate in 4 sittings or something. And it's like, I want it to last longer than that. Cream center. Thank you. That sounds so much better, doesn't it? Drippy bits. So yeah, it's the peppermint cream centers, and it's working really well to the point where my husband's now feeling guilty because he's worked out he's actually eaten more out of the chocolate tub than I have. Because I went out there yesterday and I was just like, who's been eating my chocolate? You guys had your own chocolate. Like, why are you eating my chocolate? And he's like, I just can't believe you still have any left. You normally finish yours first. I'm like, well, I'm trying something new. I'm trying to see if it works. And so far it is, except now that I know that you guys eat it. Like my dietitian approved snacks, I keep in a drawer here in this room, not in the kitchen, because if I put them in the cupboard like a normal person, everybody else eats them. And then I'm just left with non-dietitian approved snacks, which if you feel like a snack and you want crackers or cookies, and there's crackers and cookies, but they're not the ones that have got the, the low of this and the high that, then, and you don't have the option of your good ones, you just take the Trash Panda ones. So I'm trying to give myself the best chance at winning as possible and still get to have the things that I like chocolate and coffee. Funnily enough, I don't like chocolate and coffee together. And I don't like mochas. I know. I'm sorry, Sally. I know they're your thing. But I don't like chocolate and coffee together. I don't like to eat chocolate while drinking coffee. I like chocolate and tea together, but not chocolate and coffee. And I also don't like coffee flavored chocolate, even though I love both things. Is that weird? Is it weird? It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's okay. I can live with being a little weird. I should be used to it. I've got a neighbour that I'm seriously considering calling the council about. I've never felt that passionately about calling the council about anybody ever. I didn't even consider calling the council about the neighbour who played the music really loud. But somebody has a grinder or some sort of saw that cuts through metal. And they've been building something now for months. For months. Every day. They're grinding right now. And it's doing my head in. Like, I wake up on the weekend. I sleep in Sundays because, I work late Saturday nights. No, it's not your internet going slow. It's mine. It's mine. I just got the yellow sign of doom. I don't know why it's doing it. I meant to change my stream size. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it is my stream. It's what I'm sending out that's the problem. So, yeah. Hang on, I'll just type it in here. It's my stream. We don't know what's going on. There's something janky happening with our internet. It's ticking me off. Anyway, this neighbour starts legal times. They're not doing anything illegal. But dude, how much metal do you need to cut and grind? Seriously. Like, I don't even know. It's just insanity. Oh, you guys could hear me. Sorry. Thank you. But yeah, he's doing my head in. And it's that grinding noise. I wake up to it. And it goes off and on all day. And I've driven past the house. It doesn't look like they're building anything. Yeah. Okay, so it should be good again now. My little yellow warning of ick is gone. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of noise for someone who needs quiet to recharge. And I sleep in noise cancelling headphones because I have to. I don't want to have to spend my day in headphones as well. Oh, look, I get it, Game Widows, about the lawnmowers as well. But the difference with the lawnmowers is most people mow their lawn once a week, or on average, right? And even if they whip a snip first or whatever that they're doing, that's it. That's the end of it, It's not every day for months on end. Anyway. It's dice roll time. It's dice roll time. Roll the dice to choose the next colour. That was our one from before. I don't know if he has a business, Kathy. I can't imagine what kind of business it would be that needs someone to cut things up with a grinder constantly. It could be a business. Alrighty. Let's see what we get. It's a 1. It's a 1. Oh, do you know what that is? That's karma for me not working out where the end was. When I picked it up, I lost the end. I'm like, oh, well, I'll deal with that next time. Next time is here, baby. All right. We're back to the rooster again. I did want to use some rooster to try and, sort it out. If I was the end, where would I be? Not that way. So you're in there somewhere. Hello, and where are you? Can I just shake you? No, let's not make it easy. Found it. You know, after making more mess. Could be a sculptor. Definitely not a whippersnipper. Oh, whippersnipper is your new favourite term. Because what do you guys call it? What, line trimmers? No. There was something else. I mean, they are a line trimmer. What do you guys call it? Because it's whipping and snipping. It's whippersnipper. Like that's the thing. That's not even a Chantelism. That's the legitimate name of the device. But there's another word that you can use to describe it. Edge trimmer, line trimmer. Oh no, refreshed everything, stopped responding, and now it's decided it can't cope with higher than 240. Oh my gosh, Vampire. Your internet sounds worse than mine. I do call it a whippersnipper. We're just talking about what it's called in the US because they don't call it whippersnippers. It's an edger? Okay. See, here an edger is a different thing. An edger is the thing that it's got actually like a hard metal rotating rectangle that you sit on the edge of like driveways and it cuts into the ground. Weed whipper. Yeah, we've got weed whackers as well. We do weed whackers. Yeah. Isn't a brush cutter a hedger? Yeah, well, it depends on the brush because there's a brush cutting disc that you can attach to some, I'm going to say whippersnippers, that actually for cutting out brush like underbrush. Yeah, we just call ours whippersnippers. String trimmer, line trimmers, yep, all of those. They're all whippersnippers. But so you call yours a string trimmer? Weed eater. That's the word I was looking for. Weed eater. I knew there was one. Thank you. There's a lot of names for the same thing. But yes. I think of hedges as more of the thing that prunes the hedges. Yeah, brush cutter, it's a spinning circular blade. We had one. We had a whippersnipper that had the underbrush cutter. It was very good. Ours have different attachments for edging and hedge cutting. Yeah. They can do lots of things. I've got an electric one now that I recharge the battery for. I want to say it's Ryobi. I can't remember, but I think it's Ryobi. And I need a second battery because our yard is just too big. We cannot do the yard with one large battery. We need a second large battery because it actually, you had a choice of a large battery or a small battery. And I was like, oh no, we've got a big yard. We'll need the large. We need more. And it's and I said, I was like, oh, maybe it's because I'm really inefficient. I'm probably not doing it as quickly or as efficiently as somebody else. So my dad came over and he's like, he's very efficient. And he couldn't get the whole yard done. He's like, no, there's no way. Your yard's just too big. You've got too many edges. You've got like a 1/4 acre block that you've got to go along entire fence lines, and then your driveway goes nearly the entire length of a block. You've got a lot to edge, and then you've got side patios to edge, and around trees to edge, and garden edges to edge. Susanna says mine is an Azido rechargeable with plastic blades rather than the cord. Ah, interesting. I'm kind of used to the cord. One thing I'll say for mine is it only has one piece of cord. I'm used to it having two. So maybe that could be why I'm a bit slower as well because I don't have the two. But yeah, it's still good. It's still good. I actually find it therapeutic going out and trashing weeds with it. Just be like, ha ha ha, you now no longer exist above a certain height. So yeah, they're good. They do a nice job. I have to say, one of the guilty internet pleasures for me is watching the the garden makeovers where there's these guys that will go and do someone's yard for free. They'll just rock up, they'll knock on the door like, "Hey, can see you need some help. Um, would you like me to do your yard for free?" And most people are normally shocked. And in the US, apparently, you can get in like a lot of trouble if you don't maintain your yards. Because some of the ones I watch in the US, some of them are in Australia, but and it's just like, oh, we've received a notification from the councillor, and we're gonna, like, all these bad things are gonna happen if we don't get it done, but we just can't do it because we're disabled or whatever. So yes, please. And they do this amazing job on these properties. And you just, like, it goes from, like, there was this one that I remember watching where this I think I've told you guys about this before, but there was this older lady whose husband had died, and she was more and more trapped in the house because she was on a walker, and there was only a little path around the house. And so she could only do this little path around the house. And she's like, I just remember that I thought I could get to the road, but I can't get to the road. And then while he was there, he found, like, under inches of like soil and grass, the lawns had just grown over all of these pathways that made that they actually had like like curbing. There was a footpath. So her path would lead to a footpath that also had like a little extra bit that went to the road, and like all of this stuff that just meant that she was just free again. Anyway, so I was just like, oh my gosh, I actually think I cried in that one. That one was so cool. So this guy's just basically given this woman her freedom where she can leave her house again because she was restricted to her little a walker, and without the walker she couldn't travel, and the walker wouldn't work across the grass. So short of her family driving right up to the door and picking her up, she couldn't go anywhere. Yeah. Susanna says, yes, I'm addicted to those videos. Yeah. I actually watched a few of them before I went out and bought my whippersnipper because I'm like, I really need tidier edges because my husband will mow, but he doesn't like to edge. So I bought the edger and I started doing the edging, and now he's like, can I use your edger? Can I use your whippersnipper? And I was just like, okay. So now he does whippersnipping too. I'm all right with it. Like, have fun with that. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll whippersnip before you mow. Because he whippersnips after. Okay, that's a question. Do you whippersnip before or after you mow? For me, I do it before you mow so that when you mow, the mower picks up all the bits and everything's tidy. You don't go around, like, unless, you've mowed and realised you can't get into a spot and then you need the whippersnipper. But, like, seriously, I need to know, is it just me? Am I like, no, that's the wrong order. You must whippersnip before you mow. Do the edges first and then mow. Like, I need to know. I need to know if it's just me. Mate. Yeah. Oh, Leanne says yes before here as well. Oh, thank you, Leanne. That's one. So it's us. We're together. Alison says you should do it before. It's more efficient. I think so too. I just think it picks up all the stuff, like it means that unless you're whippersnipping something like branches, which you shouldn't be, it just picks up all the stuff. Sally says I don't whippersnip or mow. Alison says you should do it before. It's more efficient, but husband does it the other way around. Same with my husband. I'm just like, but didn't you already? Because he'll be like, can I use your whippersnipper? And I'm like, didn't you already mow? And he's like, yeah, but these edges need doing too. I'm like, okay. Oh, the professional lawnmower guy does the whippersnipping first. That's positive. You would think they would know how to be efficient. You would think. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so it's not just me. I'm feeling much better about this whole thing now. I really am. Come on, yarn bath. Do you have to be quite so yarn baffy? Like, seriously. this is not, we're not going to have enough stitches. Like we're going to need another rooster to still get through the last. There was a lot of yarn buff. I could probably possibly wind it up, like, because it's a lot less, so I could possibly make it tidier. So yeah. Susanna says, I now edge before mowing. I used to do it the other way, and now that I have no weeds in the lawn, I mow at one height, drop it down, then another without the catcher. Oh, okay. So that you can, be. I get it. I see. But yeah, you've definitely got to have no weeds for that to work. Otherwise, you need to pick up all the clippings. We've definitely got some weeds in our lawn. We have to keep an eye on it because when it gets dry, the bindies come in, and I don't like bindies, and clover comes in, and I'm allergic to bees, and the clover brings in the bees, but that's not till summer or spring. It cuts up the grass blades into almost nothing and saves my back having to empty the catcher. Yeah, I can imagine. We've recently, I don't know, like different councils in Australia have different options, but in Logan, you've recently been able to get a green waste bin, like a wheelie bin that's for green waste. And my husband's been very happy with that because now he can empty the mowing bits into that. He doesn't have to go and find places in the yard that need some mulch. We do have one spot that we do like to put some in to let it sort of age down and put that around some of our trees. But now it doesn't, it used to just wouldn't age enough. And now it's good. So, see, I tell you guys, we talk about everything in these live streams. Like, oh, yeah, what did you guys talk about today? Oh, just whippersnippering and edging. It's all good. Yeah, we apparently a lot of us like watching those YouTube videos. So, yeah. We have green waste bin that is also for compostables. Oh, awesome. I'm not exactly 100% certain that what can go into ours. I should probably check it out. We haven't had it for very long. I know we keep a lot of our food scraps because our next door neighbours now have a little compost bin, and they don't have enough food scraps to put in like the wet component. They've got a lot of like dry grass scraps and leaves and stuff, but not enough food scraps to do it. So they were like, if you've got any and you're just going to bin them, you could always give them to us. And we're like, okay, we can do that. So we just go and pop our container on we've got a wide fence. So it's like a Besser brick fence. So we just pop our container on there. They empty it out for us, hose it, give it back. We throw it back in the kitchen. Well, wash it up, throw it back in the kitchen. Off we go again. Yes, Sally, that's what I'm saying. We never had green waste bins. It's a new thing for us. And it's not everybody. You have to apply for it and you have to pay extra for it. So it's not like they just one day we walked outside and there were green bins everywhere like they did when they brought in the recycling bins. It's now, if you want that, that's cool. That's an additional, I think it's $60 a year. I don't think it's a lot, but it's something. So yeah. Dolores just got a green bin. There you go. So it's not just Logan. Skithers. Oh, hey, I just want to say, those of you that before I threw these scissors in the bin and stabbed someone with, I rolled up some alfoil and went snip, 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 snips on lots of alfoil. It's cutting yarn again. They're cutting yarn again so they can stay. I'm not going to bin them. They have been saved. All right, let's try and tidy this up a little. I'll just... There's so much noise. Sally's like, I told you it worked. Awesome. Dolores didn't have a choice. Okay. We invested in a good mulcher chipper, so everything goes through that or into our compost bin. We had a mulcher, which was fine, except what did I just do there? I'll just pull it all back out again. We had a mulcher, except it didn't like palm fronds, and one of the biggest issues we had was palm fronds. So I don't know if we've gotten rid of it or if it died. It may have died. Poke, poke. Look, no yarn muff hanging out. Next time we use it, we'll get some. I mean, I can't explain what the foil does, but like I just grabbed a sheet of foil and folded it so it was like thick, and then just cut lots of thin little, like I was making a fringe, like lots of cuts, and it just cleaned up the edges and sharpened it a little bit, because it was just that it was not being nice, it was not and it was not cutting yarn, and it was doing the whole, I need to cut 19 times to be able to cut through a single non-issue yarn that should just be a quick slice. What made me think of it is when it sliced before it made the good noise, like, so I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I just did that. I did it this morning because I remembered. I was like looking at these scissors like, don't I have to bin you? And I was like, no, I've got to try to see if the thing worked. But it works. We have got to do this one first. There we go. I'm going to have to get up and move again, as I have numbness. Numbness. It's not nummy. I suppose it's not numbness, is it? It's just numbness. But yeah, the foil resharpened. Like I know with crickets, if your blades start getting a little less sharp, you ball up the foil and just get all stabby. That's actually quite therapeutic. I just have to say. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop that one. Last night Franklin Habit went live on Facebook, and he walked around some of the big shops, like just on the streets, but just showed us some of the shop windows in France. And oh my gosh, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. The foil will work like the knife steel does for your carving knives. Yeah, maybe not quite as good, but absolutely did the job. And at least enough to keep us going and not bin the scissors. It's bizarre. I mean, I suppose it would depend on how blunt the scissors are and what have you, but these ones were really starting to tick me off. Just checking the chat. The sandpaper works too, a quick way to get the blades a bit of an edge. Okay, cool. I can see how that would work as well. Yep. Don't usually keep sandpaper in the house, but always have alfoil. Sandy G has no lawn, just pebbles and garden beds. Okay, all right. I've got a 1/4 acre block. There is some serious lawn happening out there because we have a little house and lots of lawn. Okay, I need to move again. Ouchie, ouchie. It doesn't help that I'm very stiff from yesterday's workout as well. I think it's like a combination of everything. Every Christmas I get lectured about sharpening my knives from my brother. He hasn't realised I leave them for him to do. I love that. That's gold. It's like, you have a blacksmith for a brother. Like, he should be like, hey, do you want me to do your knives? Like, it should be a no-brainer. A legit no-brainer. I love that my coffee's still hot nearly 2 hours after I made it. I'm just saying. And I've started using it as a coffee cup around the house as well some days, because I've got to do this thing, but I want a coffee, but I'm also going to forget. So it's good because it means that when I forget my coffee, I don't down the cold coffee, then go and make another one. I just drink the hot coffee that's still hot. Oh, he's also a former chef. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, doubly down on the knives, dude. Just do them. Three and four. I don't have a Louis. I wonder where he is, honestly. I hope he's not trashing something in the lounge room. Oh, I'm a bit stiff and sore. It's very cold in here, and the coldness is making the stiffness worse, I think. I've got long pants on. I've got, all the warming things that I could do, possibly. Oh, I don't have a blanket. I could have a blanket. A blanket would help. I don't have a blanket in here. If I've got a blanket, they can just pass me. I'm a bit cold. There's no heating in this room. Just like how all we've got for summer is a fan. There's no cooling. There's no heating either. Oh my goodness. I'm a bit stiff and sore. Oops. Caught the yarn there. Ah, goodness me. Let's go here. Oh, I totally split that then, didn't I? There we go. I was talking with somebody about why we use the dice for this blanket. And then, because they were like, it's not exactly random, is it? Like, look at the doubles and the triple ups that you've got. And I was just like, you know what? True randomness means that will happen. Because it's truly random. And that's just how it is. I wait until my husband gets frustrated with the dull blades. Then it's amazing they suddenly get sharpened. Yes, she's saying, oh, I love it. I need a blanket in here, she says, while crocheting a blanket. But it's not big. Like, it's only this big. I can't sneak some of it under the table. Oh my gosh. 10:42 and it's 7.2, but it feels like 1.5 and the stuff. Like, where's my phone? Let me just check what it is here. Bomb. Like, okay, I'm the biggest Suki whinger because it's apparently 18 degrees. Feels like 16, but it's apparently 18, okay? But this room is cold, I've got all the windows are blanketed up so that, we get the good lighting. But yeah, this room is really cold. I reckon the lounge room would be lovely right now. Toasty on a couch with a blanket in the sun, feet up. Like, we'll have to do I might have to do an Instagram live stream from the couch one day. Like, this is my ideal spot. There is a couch. There is a spot for my coffee. There is all the good things. Yeah, I know. I realized how much of a winter I've been. But, like, we've been getting down to, like, 0 overnight and things like that. So it heats up quite quickly in the mornings because it is 11:14 here. It heats up quite quickly in the mornings once it starts heating up. But I was already cold when I came in this room, and now I'm still cold. So I'm just cold. We've been getting our zeros overnight and then maximizing out at about 22, 23 through the day. So it's this huge temperature range. So the second the sun goes down, you just start dropping a degree an hour easily. And then, it's time for the sun to come back up again. And it's, yeah. But I'm a Queenslander. I'm going to complain about the cold, all right? Because we don't cope with the cold and my house is not built for the cold. My house is built to suck all the heat out of it. Oh, look, the grinder's going again. Yay. Yay. Do I sound thrilled? I'm so glad you guys can't hear it, honestly. It's such a relief. one of the reasons why I bought this microphone in the first place was because we don't have the studio as a separate building anymore. It's harder for my family noise to be picked up. So, you know, I'm in the house. They're living their lives. They're using the dishwasher. They're opening and shutting the fridge. I can still hear them, but the microphone doesn't pick it up. So I'm quite relieved about that. It's not until they sort of come to the door and start being rowdy here that it's really noticeable. So if you're ever in like a Zoom with me or something, I normally use a different microphone for that. That microphone picks up everything. Feel free to whinge. Thank you. Thanks, Kerry. Jennifer says we had -8 yesterday, frozen broken pipes and ice on the inside of the windows. Oh my gosh. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Oh, weirdest story. Yesterday I was waiting to pay for my exercise physiology appointment and there was this man in front of me who was in very fancy looking clothes for, you know, a place where you normally do workouts. He was, and I'm like, it's probably a real estate agent or something. Turns out he's the building owner. Because one day, they're only shut one day a week, but one day they've come in on the Monday morning to find that someone had stolen all of their copper piping. So all their water, their hot water, their air conditioning ducts, everything that was copper piping that was on the outside of the building got dug up and removed. And I was just like, are you, like, what? How does that happen? How does that happen? It's 26 for Russell in Florida right now. That sounds amazing, Russell. That sounds lovely. I could enjoy that. But yeah, like someone stole all their copper piping. So just like they had to get plumbers out to do emergency plumbing to get the water going again. And they did turn the water off first so that no water was being wasted. So, you know, good job, vandals and thieves. But I'm just like, are you like, I didn't even know that sort of thing happened. It was so bizarre. It was just so bizarre. Like, you know, I can see if you had it coiled up waiting for an installation, someone walk past, nick it. But to actually just go in and dig it up and rip it off the side of the walls and I was just like, what? Oh, yes, Sue, that wouldn't be fun either. I wouldn't like that. And you'd have to have buckets of water already done and ready because you couldn't use the taps to make the water to fill the buckets. Oh, they steal the catalytic converters off cars in Florida. Oh my gosh. Why? Like, are they, I'm assuming they're valuable. I'm assuming they have resale. I don't know. Like, what? Yeah, Alison, I agree. I've heard tons of stories of someone gets a whole pile of planting done and overnight they come out and all their plants are gone because some stinker has stolen all their plants. I've seen that before. But I've never heard of someone removing the installed copper. Gosh. Oh, no. Jennifer, that's horrible. That's horrible. So it's like a double whammy. Copper has been removed and stolen from the train lines down here. Copper gets great money in the scrap market. Far out. Oh, they steal the catalytic converters here as well. I didn't even realise. Brendan's work car was up on blocks and someone had stolen the catalytic converter. Like, what? Far out. I don't know about I honestly don't know, Alison. I don't keep up in the copper markets, but I'm just like, seriously. What? Like, when she told me, I'm just sort of like gobsmacked. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And she was like, me neither, but apparently it is. The cops are like, oh yeah, cool. That happens. It's like, what do you mean that happens? They came out, they did some fingerprinting, blah, 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 but they're not hopeful. Insurance will cover it? Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Desperate times. Yeah. Yep. We are nearly at the end of another row. Now, lords and ladies of the interweb, when I get to the end of this row, I think I'm going to have to call it a day. I am freezing. And my muscles are so sore from yesterday that being extra cold is actually quite painful. So I think I'm going to call it a little early today so that I can go and find some sun and defrost a little. I didn't realize how cold in here it was, and how, because I was already sore, how much that would come into play as well. A friend of mine had her catalytic converter off her car and took months to get the replacement parts and thousands of dollars. Oh my goodness. I feel like there's a whole new level of desperation happening at the moment. I think some stuff has just always happened that we're hearing about more, but I do think that there is more stuff happening as well. One more dice roll. We can do another dice roll. I'll just do it off camera. Like, we'll do the dice roll on camera, but I'll do the work off camera. Does that make sense? So we can choose one more color. That can be our little compromise. Yeah, I'm thinking a little fan heater might be nice. It's just they're really not energy efficient. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, that's an issue. They're just very not energy efficient. Oh, I see the problem. I did one too many there. Let's fix that up. And then there we go. Look at that. Isn't it amazing when you do the right number of the right stitches in the right spots, how they line up? Goodness me. Alison, I don't have a bath that's big enough for me. I don't get to have baths. I just have showers. So anywhere we stay anywhere, I'm like, is there a bath? Is there a big bath? I'd love a big bath. And just soak. But yeah, we've got a little bath. But it's not big enough. Not for me anyway. Yes, some socks or something. Because the socks I've got on, they're not doing anything. My feet feel like ice. Do I know anyone who knits? I know someone who's in the middle of a pair of socks that hasn't touched them in a long time, and they're sitting there waiting to be worked on. For someone who's trying to work through the works in progress list off her Ravelry queue, I've started an awful lot of new projects in the last month. In saying that, I did knock off I finished off the Stars and Flowers. It's done. That got knocked off the list. So that's a bonus. Alrighty, we have finished this row of Flamingo. We don't have anywhere to put a spa. Alright, let's do a final dice roll. It's dice roll time. Roll the dice to choose the next colour. Okay. It's dice roll. Oops, I hit the button again. I didn't mean to hit the button again. Choose the next color. Stop that. Stop it. Okay. Alrighty. Let us roll the final dice. Yeah, I live on a quarter acre, but we don't have anywhere Spa's got to be like undercover, right? It's a 6. 6 is Amphibian. We haven't had Amphibian in ages. When was the last time we had Amphibian? Back here. Like, it's been ages since we've had Amphibian. Woohoo! It is 6, right? I've picked the right one. I have, yes. Good. Alrighty. Lovelies, I'm going to join this on and sit out in the... Oh, hang on. I've got... No, no, that's right. For some reason, I've got 7 amphibian written on here, but there's 6 there. 7 is duckling. It's all good. It's okay. Alrighty. So we are going to end our stream a bit early today, but we are going to end using a cute colour. I'm going to move out to the sun and I'm going to defrost. I will take some photos and put them up on Instagram of me in the sun with the blanket. I really appreciate you guys understanding. I really didn't intend to have a short stream today, but I'm just in a little bit too much pain. So I am going to go and sort this all out and be comfortable, and I will catch you all next time. Don't forget to vote in the poll that's running over on the community tab to vote for the productivity streams when we're going to have the next one. So that would be great. And I will catch you all next time. Be good now. Bye.